on that amount of games.
It's a little different in a competitive environment, but I guess even in competitive, the Radiant has a winning percentage. So
Old but gold. They have
Ooh,
Marlon Brando on their banner.
true.
Look how they butchered my boy, huh?
I did
Yeah.
see the stats from the Tug of War tournament. That was 50-50, 36 matches, one on each side for Radiant Dire.
I think as long as you come into the right mindset of like the oh, we're playing Dire because we really like Medusa, that can definitely be a legitimate thing to go for there.
Mm.
But everyone in your lanes and both your supports are just like, why? Please, don't make me play Dire side support. I can't pull. It's hard to stack. It's just a tough life
The
overall,
big issue
honestly.
that I have is Radiant against Dire offlane.
Yeah.
Like, Radiant offlane feels 10 times easier to play.
It really does.
I would say Dire safe lane is a lot more difficult to play than Radiant safe lane.
Yeah, because it's hard for your you can't just do that stupid pull of the medium camp or the hard camp rather,
Yeah.
just like right into the wave. You're just like, ah, sweet, thanks.
I mean, you can, but it's a bit more tricky. You have to take a little bit more time. It's
Oh,
a
no.
little bit longer.
All but gold, they lost.
You don't like oh wait, but they have the double doom.
Yeah, they do, but it's not that easy to execute. Grimstroke in the laning stage is so bad right now.
Why?
Talk about butchering my boy.
Yeah,
Look
give
how
me-
they butchered my boy.
Give me-
These are the nerfs.
Give me Alchemist, okay?
All right.
Why is it?
So they're into this apparently. So flat damage amp on a very fast attack speed. That's pretty cool.
What about his region? Oh my god.
Yeah, he's gonna be regenning like crazy. Also true. Holy Locket, just never die.
Greaves Holy Locket.
Figured it out, guys. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing this Alchemist. So we talked about how maybe they knew something about OG, and I guess they were right because it's gonna get picked up in the very first phase. It's definitely good against being doomed as long as you get your ulti off.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. Maybe you already popped your stun. Sure, whatever. I'll just run into you.
You know
Well-
who doesn't care about Doom? Raid King.
Fact. You know who's really bad right now?
Raid King.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get to see that guy. Ooh, the sketch book. Sketching up some ideas. Did we figure out who that is yet? Is he?
No.
He's an enigma. I like it. A mystery here.
It is not listed on the Wikipedia, and frankly, I don't know where else to check.
That's all I got. I mean, shout out to everyone who edits Wikipedia, at
Yeah.
least faithfully. Yeah, you're all a bunch of heroes, honestly.
Respect. for
Earth
sure.
Spirit. Oh, I could definitely see an Earth Spirit band coming out here next for Old But Gold, being the genius that I am. Certainly plausible.
I saw Oracle being kind of a counter for a Grimstroke.
It's also really good with Alchemist. But then you have Oracle Chen.
Yeah, I've seen OG pulling off 2 supports with no stuns disables.
Yeah, true. Never something that you really want to opt for, but definitely probably. I mean, Jarex really likes Oracle too.
Yeah.
To be fair, big fan. That hero can just kill so early. You get level 3 on Oracle and you just snipe a couple kills. Suddenly you're level 5. Now you get even more kills, and you have a kill streak, and you die and feed all the gold to the enemy team. That's how you play Oracle right there.
If you
Sounds
don't
like
want
you got
to kill
experience.
steal, don't play Oracle.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
true.
my tip.
Oh, there's nothing worse than missing that last on the Purifying Flames, and they live and they run
Oh,
into
sorry.
the trees.
Sorry, had to do it.
Yeah. Had to try for it.
I thought he wasn't going to die otherwise. That's
yeah,
my
yeah,
excuse.
sorry. Had no choice.
I had to. All right, so we got an Ursa ban and a Shadow Fiend. We already knew that. So what are we looking for here? Because the previous few games we said team fight is successful.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that much of that this game, this draft. Or do you consider the Grimstroke, Doom, and Alchemist, those heroes, being enough for team fight? Actually, could OG go for something very fast? Because they got an Alchemist, which has a fairly early peak time. They got the Chen with the pushing power. Could this be a run at you? We're going to end the game by 20-25 minutes game?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this Weaver ban. Maybe a Batrider.
I think the Weaver is someone that people look for versus like the Grimstroke and the Doom. Like Lincoln's builder can play pretty fast. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, the Batrider was banned out, I think in the first phase of the first series today.
It
and
was.
then we haven't seen it since, right?
Cool.
But still a strong hero.
Also, we only saw Viper as the last ban previous game, and the game before that it was even ignored, which is still, I mean, despite his nerve.
Yeah, you know he's creeping. You know, they're thinking
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
something that you gotta keep in the back of your head.
Now, what if you were in the mid lane as Alchemist, trying to get your last hits, and then he just keeps
Dude,
nether toxing you,
that
and you're
is
just like, why am I
actually-
playing this hero? That would be very depressing.
Doesn't G actually play pretty mean Viper? Because it's like one of those
that
old
was
school heroes.
that was his hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lot of. That was his hero.
That
He
was
has
a
like
different
6 of
Viper.
those.
Yeah, he's got a lot. That's
Yeah.
that's the upside of being around for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. That was the Viper where you didn't care when you were versus Rubik. Now you're Viper versus Rubik, and you're like, oh man, he got nether toxin, guys. I'm sorry. You had no choice before. Now both of your skills are brutal to give to Rubik. But we will get a Tiny, who, talking about getting hurt by the Nerf bat. Basically, I don't know. I thought that he would stop being a support, honestly, but Jerax has still made it look very good with their cheeky plays of how they do like the creep tosses onto the high ground to pull the wave back on the Radiant side. I think you can do it on Dire as well, but I don't know if we'll see it. But with the changes to the tree damage early, you basically have to go nuke build.
I'm not convinced by this Tiny pick.
I don't really get
love
the Tiny pick here, to be
as,
honest.
As a counter to the squishy, low HP heroes, once he gets the good timing on a Blink Dagger,
He doesn't
he
do
just
anything to Chen
explodes.
creeps either.
like
Which is a little
he's
odd.
not good against these tanky heroes.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going for here. I mean, I could see if it was like a core, maybe that's what they're going to do, is they're planning on giving this to G, and it's just someone who plays really active, but it still feels strange to pick it this early. But we will get the Earthshaker, so this is something that OG have gone for a couple times. When I've seen it, it didn't look very good. Oh, actually, wait. Maybe last time I saw it was...
Shaker, though.
It was actually, I'm thinking of the EG games where Crit played it at MDL was
What?
the last time I
Crit
saw
Shaker wasn't good?
No, it just, I mean, they got tri-laned, and the Earthshaker can't play in a tri-lane. In fact, I think it was also Chen Earthshaker, and their lanes got absolutely demolished,
Oy.
because what does Earthshaker do against an actual lane?
You know what you do?
You
just
throw Fisher
TP.
out
No,
once
you just
a lane.
TP Chen to another lane and call your buddy
Yeah.
Earthshaker and outnumber them.
Yeah, you need cores that can kill, is the
Yeah.
best thing, right?
Mm.
Like, already they got one with the concoction. It can definitely happen.
Yep.
So as long as they have some options with their other two cores, I'm fine with that. This game, though, OG will not have the glorious last pick. That will be left to Old But Gold, who also already have the Razor and the Tiny. So two really strong laners, potentially both cores. Tiny still possibly a support here, which of course gives value to being picked
Hey.
up early. But
It's Vision.
yeah, we got ourselves that Beastmaster once more. We talked about it earlier, I guess, but we were kind of just like, it didn't look that good this game. But
Does it look good this game?
usually you see it with the Grimstroke, not
Yeah.
against it. Benefits, I mean, damage that not going to be mitigated by the light or the damage drain from the Razor. Like
Yeah, but
static
it's,
lanes,
it's another melee hero, another melee core
Yeah.
against Razor. You already have 3 melee, so Razor's gonna have a really good time in this one.
Yeah, and plus you're picking it into the Doom, who we've seen a couple times will just like eat the boars sometimes. You know, it's not the worst thing if you already have a good aura. It can save you a couple times. Yeah, I'm not majorly convinced here. I guess it just comes back to this idea of they're going to play a pretty fast game. Probably the best way I would put it. You're just going to get the Inner Beast aura. We're stacking more attack speed with more flat damage from the Chen.
Do you consider Old But Gold having enough lockdown with the 4 heroes they have? I mean, obviously they ban out a couple of elusive heroes, but there's
Yeah.
still some in.
That they need some catch. Like, if you drop that Doom,
Yeah.
who's gonna follow up?
If this Tiny doesn't have a Blink Dagger, it's just, there's
you
nobody.
can just run away.
Yeah.
Fisher, run away from.
I guess the Stroke of Fate's actually pretty legit slow, like to catch up to a Doom and
Yes.
stuff. But yeah, it's not a whole lot.
So what kind of last pick would you like to see for Old But Gold, assuming that it's going to be G on the Razor? What's Illidan going to play?
They could get maybe a Monkey King. He has good matchups against the melee heroes.
He's got some catch too.
Yeah.
A little bit of a disable in there.
They didn't wind up with the Spirit Vessel hero either versus the Alk. I mean, that's still kind of because he just builds Manta anyway for the most part. Although I am kind of curious if he goes like, I wonder if the Blink build is more viable now. They banned the TV. That's what everyone used to run mid versus the Alk, right? Is that you would send the Terrorblade there
Aye.
because he can handle the acid spray because his armor is so stupidly high.
There's the Viper.
Makes its way to the 9th pick here. So the new safety hero with Kunkka being removed from the game. Invoker, we saw Dumpster Viper numerous times at MDL.
Then you gotta put your Razor safe lane. You
Doesn't
think that's
matter,
fine?
man. He can be played at
Wait, is
pretty
this
much
an
any lane.
Alchemist safe lane?
It looks like
It's
it.
closer to the bounty runes. Of course, that doesn't matter anymore, but still. You know, he likes to be close. He likes to hang out with his buds.
Yeah. I mean, still safe lane though.
So what if you wanted to wait this out?
Just don't pick anything.
yeah. I mean, you pick absolutely nothing. But like, what kind of a speed, like a tempo here does Old But Gold want? You know, are they more comfortable heading into the late game? Like, they banned this TB, so OG are worried about, you know, maybe we don't get an early push. Maybe they just have this guy split pushing side lanes, like anti-mage kind of game, but then you're playing against like the passive cancel of the Viper, and there's already a roar and all this vision, so it already looks hard to cut waves versus Earthshaker and Beastmaster, right? That's super difficult. So that makes me want to just try and like fight them head on.
Pugna. We talked about Pugna a lot apart from this game. Or did we mention it, Pugna?
Pugna's a good pick. I like it. I was trying to think of a hero that is gonna.
You can't
round
swap
up.
in pro games anymore, so BZZ can't take the Pugna and give him the
no.
golden Pugna. Garbage. What is even the point of picking Pugna with BZZ on your team and you can't get the glorious, like, rarest cosmetic in the entire world of Dota 2? Rarer than Alpine Ursa.
Is it actually?
Oh, yeah, it's weird. There's like, I don't even know how many
Are
of the
we sure
golden.
he has the golden one?
Yes, 100%. He has a self-made one because it's his
that's
set.
what then. Yeah, that's what. Oh, yeah, that's what you get.
It's a one of a kind of like the rarest thing in Dota. Do you know how? Oh, that makes me so angry.
You're lying.
What? No, it is.
You for real?
I'm 100% certain
I think he's
that
right.
he has a golden
unfortunately.
one, and I'm pretty sure it might be one of the rarest ones aside from like really weird things, because it was like a super rare chance to get of a one-time chest.
I just still don't understand why Alpine Ursa is not brought back, considering
I mean, with everything else,
all
yeah.
the other items that are way more crazy. I mean, you got literally an ogre with like one of those swimming bands on. All right, talking
Fair.
about the game though, third game in a row. Which team are we gonna see again coming back to Flying Penguins later today? Is my question.
I'm not sure if All But Gold can play fast enough, and once it gets to a mid game, I think this Alchemist is just gonna explode.
Yeah, I kind of worry about their tricore. Like Razor, Doom, Pugna doesn't really speak to me in the same way that I'd rather have myself a Viper and a Jarek's Earthshaker.
Right.
But I've been burned in the lanes before, so I'm gonna go with Old But Gold.
Okay,
Lanes.
It's a split
Lanes Dota.
panel.
Yeah.
Lanes Dota. Who is going to take those lanes? We're gonna find out with yet again OD Pixel and Fogged.
Yes, indeed. Let's see who is going to be able to close out this Game 3 of the series. And what are we thinking so far for the draft? What are you excited to see from this one?
If I looked properly, I believe OG has all Aghanings upgrade with an Alchemist, right? Chen,
think they do, right?
Viper,
Yep.
Shaker, Beastmaster.
Yep.
So that's
They do.
That's one
They do.
fun thing. Other fun thing, I guess, could be the double life drain from the Pugna with Grimstroke. That one does work. Double static link does not work.
Are you sure?
I
believe
Stop
you.
doubting.
I like that.
I
Well,
know.
no, I believe
you make
you.
me question myself.
I believe you. We'll see. Oh, no, but I believe you.
No, I'm
Stanley,
99% certain about that.
but Life Drain does.
Life drain does. Double decrep does too.
Yeah. Consistencies in Dota 2. We don't believe in them. We don't have them. It is what it is. It's a crazy game.
Yeah.
It's a crazy girl.
So what?
Crazy girl. Crazy world.
Wow, crazy what?
Crazy girl. Dota 2 is a crazy girl.
So I'm curious to see how how this OG draft actually ends up working out, because it's fairly passive. Their playmaking is going to be pretty damn limited. They do have tower pushing though. They have the Chen. I think that's where the Beastmaster comes into. I think that's why we saw even Seb playing the Lycan in the last game. They're just like, we need someone to kill buildings. Even like, we might be winning in fights and we might be making things happen, but objectives are always a thing. Always have to be able to take those. And I'm curious to see how Thompson does. I want to see how this
Yeah. I mean, it's,
Alc with Divine Favor and stuff also will do.
you know, as we say, it was something that All But Gold at least knew that OG, they like to do. They banned it out last game. And he gets through this time. So we'll see. Was it ban-worthy? Was it something that All But Gold had the right to be scared of?
Ooh, van score. It's going to be a Fisher
Yeah,
coming in. He's
Yeah,
got
quite a
boots
lot
too.
of damage there.
Let's get the block. I think he does.
I mean, this
He
Divine
does.
Favor lasts for about 2 years.
Yeah.
As it gives him that extra bit of punching potential. And yeah, first blood for Nota. As Jarex will, of course, head to the top lane. He'll be there to back up Seb for a little bit. And let's see how Thompson does
How many
on
runes did they get?
this Alchemist.
They got only one. So he did scale the Grievous Green, but only got the one bounty.
Oh, this is
the
nice.
toss back
Oh,
link.
it was a little too far though.
Oh, that was neat.
It could have been very neat. But unfortunately, with the position that Illidan was in, he was a little too far forward to keep the link going after the toss.
They're trying to give him a little more pressure. They see Jerax doing, you know, 4 position things as he pulls and double stacks the creep wave. So manipulating creep waves when you're having trouble in your lane, when you can't actually do anything in the lane, is the best thing to do. And Earthshaker Beastmaster versus a Razor Tiny, I mean, you're double melee versus a Razor. You don't really want to stay in that lane just in that position.
You don't want to play lane at all.
No.
And another hero that might get that point as well is in the mid lane, Thompson. If he does suffer a little too much early on, he's an alchemist. He can go to the jungle, give it the old sort of Shadow Fiend treatment, just clearing camp after camp.
Yeah, they can make moves into the Chen can come in and Divine Favor him and stuff too if he does feel the need to. But for now, it's just Divine Favoring on the Viper, and that's going to make sure that Viper is going to have a good time down bottom until they get some levels. Once they get levels, they can set up for kills on anybody who's mispositioned. But he can just keep poking and harassing this Doom quite heavily. And yeah, Alk already doing pretty okay.
Not too bad at all. We'll see Fish come out from Jerax. Is able to get the last hit on the big creep.
Oh, he did? Nice.
He got
That's,
the Satire Tormentor. Easy 65 gold for him.
Fissure is one of the better ones to kind of steal that. Even though the damage isn't so high, it for some reason, it just feels like one of the better things to steal neutrals.
We'll see his clarity get cancelled. In fact, Jerax has walked
He's got a
himself
toss.
into a bit of an awkward position there, trying to escape by walking back across the lane. Both Illidan and Vela were there, and that'll feed a free kill to Illidan.
Oh, he's got to tell Seb. He's like, Seb, you got to catch that wave. But Seb's like, wait, I have 3 waves under my tower right now. Which one do I take?
He brings him back
He
with
brings it with
the
the boar.
wolf, yeah. The boar. The
Illidan
animal.
wants to contest it, too. He doesn't want this to happen. He doesn't want this Beastmaster just free deny the whole waves here. And this is the new laning position.
It is for now.
They're zoning him off of the wave, though. He's missed 2 CS of XP so far. Nearly a third. It will get denied. As well.
Goes for the quick trip back to base.
Needs mana.
Bottom lane. They
That
are
one
going
was-
to try for BZZ here. They've got the wraparound. Jerax comes in with a rotation. They'll be able to close them off if they need to be with the Fish. They don't even need it. They've got the damage coming out from RTW.
Oh, and he doesn't get the shard split either, right? Because he was affected by Nether Toxin, so then he doesn't actually split into 2 golems. So your passive actually does get disabled. Works also on the neutrals when you are farming jungle. So when you get mud golems, it's actually worse for Viper because they don't split.
You get less gold, yeah.
Thompson, Valor being active. This should be an easy kill.
Thompson got baited in a little bit there towards G. Didn't expect the rotation, and a blast finishes off the kill. As already getting a little active in this early laning stage, both teams.
Yeah.
Jerax now continues to sit down bottom, eyeing up any opportunities gone BZZ if he steps forward a little too far. Between him and RTW, they would have the damage to run down the Doom.
Did Thompson make it in time for the stack? I think he did, yeah. That's pretty big that he was able to. No tail now, getting pressured. Should be a pretty easy kill for these 2.
It's got a fairy fire, but an avalanche from Vela.
Oh,
A few more right clicks, surely. Wow, with a favor.
He's actually tanking. He's blocking him with the mud golem too.
If they can hit another stroke of fate, maybe, but they got the toss and the stroke.
Oh.
One more punch from Vela will do it. Actually, no, he's going to need 2 hits, I think.
He's
Yeah,
got the
he
toss
needs
in
another
4
hit.
seconds. This is a long chase.
There we go. They'll get him. They'll get him. The same time down bottom, OG tried to go for BZZ, but were unable to successfully fish a block him back, so BZZ was able to keep himself away.
G's having a fantastic time in the mid lane though, as expected. On top of a rotation, you know, it's Pugna versus Alchemist, and he had that move.
And another move in onto ILTW. And with Vanscore here as well, they could have a good shot at this one. As RTW run down, trapped in the trees, Fisher comes out onto BZZ. BZZ's falling very low, but he has the Scorched Earth healing him up. He needs one more hit onto RTW to find the kill, and RTW needs one more hit onto him to get the kill.
Oh my
Neither of them will end up killing one another.
The Corrosive actually almost ended up killing BCC there from the fog.
See Seb does get run down. Vela and Illidan find him around the rune spawn.
Jerax, it's only level 1 Fissure. He got more regen up too. He will be okay.
Not enough damage, unless he can close him for a right click. And he gets one off, the stun! BZZ had the stun ready from the Centaur, and that stopped Jerax from getting the second hit off, so BZZ will survive.
And now he's going to have enough regen anyway, again, so that he doesn't have to worry about the secondary fissure that JerAx might be trying to do here. And oh, no way.
no, surely
No,
he's not.
He's got fissure up.
Oh no, BZZ.
Mid lane, Thompson again, rotation, but he's got stick charges, and he will be okay. That was a pretty big play by JerAx. He just was like, oh, Shrine's available.
Hiding in the shadows, knew that BZZ was going to go for the greed play of walking to Shrine rather than sort of TPing to base or anything. And paid off, gets him that kill, JerAx.
At least now they saved the Shrine, so now they can use the Shrine on 3 heroes. So Pugna is able to actually get that off, and with level 6 now for G, so he can make moves anywhere. They can look to kill mid, they can look to kill bottom. Who's it gonna be?
So found JerAx. Got the stun, gonna kick in from the Grimstroke. Another kill. Yeah, onto the Shaker.
Illidan's been playing this top lane incredibly well because the Seb's been constantly pulling the waves, and he's not playing the lane passively. He's actually just playing in between the towers constantly. So you see, it's only 14 last hits on the Beastmaster, even though he's been manipulating waves a lot.
Oh, another quick combo onto Thompson through the Decrepify. A lot of magic damage to be amplified. So get Thompson out of the lane, and it's going to allow them to keep that pressure onto the tier 1 tower mid.
Valor's being super active again, just like the Willow performance that he had earlier. Also has a bottle, gives the bottle to his Pugna. Free mana, gets the bottle back, and will continue the movements. Very nice plays by Valor.
Both G and Illidan having a very good time in the lane. Thompson is getting farm, and as we say, he's an alchemist. Even though he's died a few times, you can expect that he's going to be able to boost his farm very nicely, especially with stacks like this. Heading over and looking to farm these safely with a backup of no doubt. They need that extra regen, and of course things like Divine Favor and Chemical Rage. It's going to make a very tanky alchemist. JerAx drawing the attention of them in the river. Vela and G are trying to chase this. The toss will be there to separate RTW from G. Fisher comes out onto G, but G's still able to make it up to the high ground. In fact, he may try and turn. There's a TP coming in from Illidan, and now Viper. IRTW is trapped in the river. With that movement in from Illidan, they'll claim the kill.
And JerAx also being chased out by Vanscore. All but Gold making the faster moves, bringing more heroes.
Fisher up in a second, so he can continue to play around with them. Does not have mana, of course, for a TP.
Has Soul Ring, so he does.
Yeah, oh, yes, you're right, yeah.
And he
gets away. Smart moves. JerAx.
They lose their tower, though. So a good rotation coming in from Old But Gold, seeing that the dive by OG was just too far. And Thompson will clear out those stacks down bottom, as you were mentioning.
Yeah, to get away with the entirety of it, without any sort of hype being forced around that area. Seb, about 500 gold off from having a Vladimir's. BZZ as well, he's going to go for the phase into Vlad's, as it seems, on the Doom. Standard stuff for both offlaners. Mid lane, wrap around again. Purifies in, he does have a Viper Strike. But G doesn't need to worry about any sort of attack speed, as he has the life drain. So Avalanche again, it isn't quite enough to kill RTW. He's going to be healed up by the Divine Favor. Vela's still trying to finish it off, and with the Stroke of Fate connecting, they do get the kill onto RTW. Gets the toss back onto the chair. No-Tail in a very awkward position as G's able to blast him down, and Vela's actually able to walk out after this. Seb, he's trying to make the fight happen with the Roar onto Vanscore. Defensive Decrepify comes out from G onto the Grimstroke as Vanscore. He's going to be unable to walk himself away, and now Illidan walks in towards Seb. Infernal Blade and the stun from BZD slammed down. Seb is dead. G's not done yet as the Decrepify is out onto JerAx, as OG just getting picked apart one by one.
What a series of events by Old But Gold. OG running in almost one by one, but Old But Gold having perfect positioning, and this tiny Valor. 3-1 and 5, haste rune in that bottle.
He did so much there, and he didn't die. He was able to walk out from it. Just diving into the back lines, the constant tosses and avalanches, holding them apart.
An early game, whenever G is like in these positions like this, if there's no Earthshaker there, there's no way to stop his life drain. Yeah. Beastmaster is just got the level 6, but they only really have the Earthshaker and the Beastmaster. If they're not available right now, there are no stuns to stop him for now.
And with fights like this, he's getting away with the Midas Razor. He's getting away with it. There's not a lot of Razors you'd see get away with a Midas in this matter. In fact, there's just not a lot of people that build Midas on Razor. But Illidan, he's a huge fan of the item. He'll try and find it itself into any sort of build he goes for. And we'll just see where he goes after the Midas.
He's gotten so much space. He's even shown up to a lot of the fights, so.
And it's going to help him keep up with this, the Radiance that's inevitably going to be coming out for Thompson. You've got this farming capability because you're able to get the Midas at a good timing.
I'm wondering what he builds. I'm
Yeah,
curious. on this
what does he
Razor.
go next?
Because he has a lot of gold queued up. I've seen the Yules a lot of times, but he has no stat items. Maybe the bots to join the fight
Maybe
again?
he may go full
Yeah,
greed.
he bought the bots.
Okay, Midas spots Razor.
It's Merlini would be really happy.
It is. It's the efficiency farming greed build.
I saw him TPing back to base with his team, and I was like, he's buying bots for sure to join his team. That was the case. He's looking to go for some chase here. As OG, they're looking to farm a bit here before they look to take fights. They've got a lot of items on the courier soon. I believe it is the full Vlads as well as an Atos. So Vlad's for Seb and Atos for ILTW, which will make their ganks actually a lot easier to happen because, as we've been seeing, it's just Jarax who can really make moves around the map. And their damage is very limited until Alchemist has Radiance.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And then the farming will really kick off for Thompson, but they need time. And maybe with that Midas bots build, there is going to be time given towards OG. You could argue if we did see a more aggressive early game build from the Razor, they could potentially be crushing OG a little harder at this point. But choosing to play the scaling game, which could come back to bite him, because you're doing it against an Alchemist.
Yeah.
You are doing it against an Alchemist.
He's probably just like, I want to be able to, I'm the carry, I want to be able to match farm, and Pugna and Doom are the ones who are really making plays, taking objectives for the most part.
But Razor can also be that hero
Yeah,
that makes
he can.
those plays, but
He
he's
absolutely
not
can.
going to necessarily be that anytime soon with the Midas and the bots. So
Valor,
we'll see.
Blink Dagger.
Get the Doom off onto Thompson. He does have the Chemical Rage going, so a decent amount of regen. But he's been body blocked up. Extra TPs are coming through. Does manage to finally find his way around BZZ. And with the Chemical Rage, it's more than enough to keep him safe.
Yeah, and the Divine Favor now thrown on top.
Or maybe with the toss combo coming in after, they can finish him after the Doom wears out. They've got 4 heroes surrounding him. Thompson does turn with the stun. He's still trying his best to run away up to the high ground, but they will kill him off. They should be able to find some trades here, though, OG. They'll get Vela. They've got the Atos controlling BZZ as well. So they'll lose their mid, but they'll take 2 kills for it in return. As it just took All But Gold a little too long to kill off that Alchemist.
Who is top net worth? Of course. I mean, he did get a lot of stacks in this game to be able to guarantee that he can get it, but still top net worth. And now he's starting to get level, so now they have more stuns to be able to stop that life drain. Alchemist levels are very important. Like it's very good for him that he has this relic, but it's also pretty nice for him that he's level 10 already. Wants to definitely get those, in particular the level 15 talent really helps because it just gives you a big jump of health.
You can see they're going to try and make a move onto Illidan. They scan him out. They know that he's here. He's pretty low. See how greedy he goes. He's sticking around for the farm. He's still under that scan. They know that he's going for this cam.
Shrine is there.
No-Tail brings in ILTW. The Atos is out. Fisher as well. Viper Strike down onto the Razor. He'll try and run. The Soulbind's going to be there from Vanscott onto ILTW and No-Tail. They'll run down Jarax with the stun. Now, they'll try and turn All But Gold. They've got the static link onto ILTW. Toss back onto Jarax, getting the 2 of them into the Avalanche. Jarax will fall as well as ILTW. As All But Gold quick to react and keep Illidan safe. OG getting, again, too aggressive there in that situation, trying to go up to the high ground, fighting around that shrine. I mean, with those, even with the Viper, they just don't have the damage to kill the Razor quick enough.
They don't have burst. Their lineup doesn't have burst. It's going to be like damage over time that they deal with that Radiance on the Alk now finished. And around a Shrine, I mean, All But Gold was extremely fast to react. As soon as they react, it just doesn't seem like OG has the damage at all for it.
He's looking towards No-Tail. He has got the Divine Favor in the Shrine, which is going to be a ridiculous amount of regen, a plus 161, the combination of the 2.
Now he's bringing a buddy.
And that Atos there to cancel any sort of TP attempt from Vela. Thompson also joining in for the fun. Make sure that they kill off the Tiny.
Get the Alk some experience too. So level 12.5, level 2 Chemical Rage. How is our Pugna doing? G is actually going for an Aghanims in this game. He's being spotted right now by Seb.
Yeah, you're right. Straight Aghanims without any sort of earlier stat items or control items.
Yeah.
No forces, no Yules, no Kayas, no Aether Lenses. He's going to get roared, Seb.
Aether Lens.
Oh, he did get the Aether Lens, sorry. And now with the slam. They're going to get both of them here. BZZ caught in the river. Ooh. 2 cores taken down. Meanwhile, Illidan, he's farming bottom. We'll see what he goes for. I mean, what's he going for this Open Club? Is he going for a Halberd? Is he going for a BKB? Is he going for an SMY? What's he going for?
Good question.
We'll see. Whatever he's going for, his team's definitely looking at him saying, we need it now. Because these have been a few fights that Illidan hasn't wanted to get involved in because he has the Midas spots build.
Yeah, and they're taking the fights around the bounty runes. Like, OG's, they know, they have an alchemist. They're like, we want to fight every single... I mean, it's kind of the thing that's happening now and for a long time with bounties. But when you have an alchemist, it's even more so. This is your this is an objective. This is like a tower here. Just getting these bounties for your alch to snowball. But yeah, they need Illidan to start showing up. As this alchemist is getting to very scary levels. Even the Viper, I mean, ILTW is also quite farmed with that mech and Atos.
And Midas, but you're not going to keep up with this alchemist. Illidan is going for the kill here onto Jarax. He is entirely on his own. If they get TPs in, they could go for this. He has got a TP scroll ready to use, and Illidan keeping himself hidden in the trees. See how far they hump him. We're going to see him now. He shows himself. Instant little concoction. It was it wasn't charged up at all, so it won't have any sort of power to hold Illidan in place.
Bringing the Viper. Oh, he actually TP'd to the shrine around Old But Gold and got pulled immediately. As Seb is doing split push. They are looking for Jarax.
Jarax can't get the fish off in time. Silence is out on him and a quick kill onto the Shaker. See if this Old But Gold can get more. They're starting to split up OG. Thompson at the Divine Favor in the Chemical Rage, but he's slowed down by the Decrepify. He has one concoction to offer up, but he's entirely on his own as the full lineup of Old But Gold surrounds the Alchemist and beats him to a pulp.
Seb got some split push going on at the same time, but Old But Gold killed that very farmed Alch, and Doom gets the kill, so he's still pretty poor. I was looking at BZZ and was like, I feel like he needs a Blink Dagger in this game too, especially when you're playing with Grimstroke. The whole point of your hero as Doom is, you know, just get that double Doom off during Grim. So he's gone for the Vlads. Being tanky also helps you be able to do that, but does have to be a bit careful so he can get that double Doom off in majority of the situations if they do get the linked Grimstroke ult. So book one, Seb still continuing to just keep pushing this top lane over and over and over again until they have their Blink on their Shaker on OG. When Blink on Shaker on OG, they're going to be more comfortable to take fights into the side of Old But Gold. While on Old But Gold, I still think they can go fight, especially now that when they have the BKB, I guess, on the Razor. That'll be their big tell, so Illidan can actually get involved. But slowing down so much is definitely not what they want to do, even if they have the Doom Grimstroke combo.
Of course, the thing to bear in mind as well is OG, they do still have ways to go through that BKB.
Yeah.
Got the Roar, they've got the Viper Strike that can make it a little harder for Illidan to find himself in perfect position, even with the BKB pop, so they'll have to be careful.
Now my enemies pay.
Yeah, that BKB pretty much done.
Is anyone building a vessel? I saw Vanscar was building it ages ago, but he's nowhere near it. Just the raindrop toward it. He's actually only has the urn queued up anyway, but
Top Seb, I mean, he's got a Roar G.
he got the decrep off before the Roar. And that'll be Seb just getting out. And now G has the full Aghanims finished up, so no cooldown.
Jarax has his Blink,
Dire's middle
and
tower
Illidan has
is
his
under
BKB.
attack.
So
Courier.
Oh, they got it? Has he got anything on?
Nothing.
It's got an ulti orb on.
Oh, they were so close to getting it. They actually shielded it in mid-swing of the Tiny.
Yeah, that would have been Thompson's Manta.
And Valor, I mean, you're the nuke build of Tiny, so you don't have points in tree grab. Otherwise, he would have definitely had it.
Again, Illidan pushing out alone.
He's got to be careful. There's the Blink Dagger on Jarax.
They've got catch. He does have the BKB.
Dire's middle
So
tower
can
is
go
under
for a BKB TP out as long as it. Wait, they know that Seb hasn't got Raw, and he won't even need to do that. He just ILTW nearly finds him with a rod, but Illidan is out in time before he's discovered.
Radiant's
Good space for Obligado to push it up top. TP's going to come in from Thompson.
Who's no tail bringing?
Got the wraparound for the shrine. In fact, ILTW, he's going to get gone on here. Albert Gold, they're going to try and turn and fight this by the looks of it, as they'll go straight in with the Decrepify onto ILTW, and with Illidan moving in from the side, that's one down. And now with Doom out on Thompson Alchemist, he's got to get out of there.
They tossed the Razor forward, too.
Illidan is ready to continue to go. Onto No-Tail. No-Tail has their hand and got it, will not save it. Static Link down onto the Alchemist. Illidan doesn't want to dive further. He'll be settling for the double kill. Wants to make sure they get the tower.
are fortified.
Zelba Gold. 2 quick kills and an objective by the looks of it.
They're making very quick moves, and they're prepared. OG was not ready for them surrounding that shrine like that. They were bringing in the Earthshaker with the Chen, but...
Oh, Jarax. Straight in on top of Illidan. Can they kill him? They can't. The BKB and the life drain keeps it safe. They do have the Roar though. Seb's got the Roar back online, and that will mean they do manage to get that kill on Illidan. The rest of Old are out there. But the tower's taken. I mean, Old they're keeping that pressure up well.
Yeah, now they're changing who's going to go for the Spirit Vessel. They definitely want one in the game when you're playing versus Alchemist and Chen. Able to counteract that heal. Even if he's going for Manta, it's still favorable. So yeah, Tiny has Urn finished, queuing up the Vessel. Immediately, they're going into the Rush Pit. When Doom was used, Grimstroke ult was used as well. They know all the ultis are down, and Razor's not up for 20 seconds. This is going to die very fast to a Beastmaster with Book 3.
Outside of the pit, Jarax will be discovered underneath the sentry. It is time given. I mean, can Old get in time? Roshan falling low, but it's already too late. Thompson's able to claim the Aegis, and they just melt through the Tiny. A stun out onto BZZ, sets up for a second pick off for Seb. Now head straight towards the mid lane. They're ready to try and chase for more. The slows out onto Vanskor from LTW's Viper. Another stun flies through from Thompson as OG take the Roshan and the team fight.
Alchemist is getting to that critical mass. Octarine on the table very soon, and then the Manta style is that much more annoying when you are trying to go for any type of Spirit Vessel. They don't have it though anyway, so. But he'll have more Dispels and just that Chemical Rage more frequently. As G is being stopped here.
I mean, Jarax can catch the TP. He's going to throw out the Fissure early though. As G, oh, the passive. Jarax knew that he was around by that ward. Jarax may die for this though. With the life drain out onto him, he is going to die. So
Illidan
cancelled the TP, lost his life. Illidan, the life drain again.
And now Thompson
the turnaround. The self-stun from Thompson causing him issues. The Aegis is gone. Can they do it a second time? They'll surround him. BZZ's in position to slam down the Infernal Blade. Thompson dead a second time.
They got split. Illidan TP'd on the creep wave, and Thompson went for him when Jarax went down bottom.
Yeah,
they just both died.
Cancelling the TP on G ended up not being the play.
Now they've got a push going. He's like, okay, thank you.
I mean, they're keeping the net worth even. It really the ingenuity of Illidan's build is working out this game. He went Midas Radiance, but he has Steel Beam fairly active with that.
They've been very active. They're looking for these kills constantly. As we do have the Blink Dagger now finished on the Doom too.
Yeah. Now LTW rooted up. Sucked down by the life drain. He's got to try and run. He's got a Divine Favor out from No-Tail. But Illidan stealing up the damage with the Static Link. Slams him down with the Lightning Whip.
210 damage.
And now he's dead for 40 seconds. There's no Viper to worry about on this push.
Though. This is a Beastmaster split push in your top lane.
Okay, now they've got to try and make sure their TPs don't get cancelled. Jarax is going to head forward and looks to do so. They're keeping him around and fight. In fact, they're going to take the Doom, the double Doom. It's out with the Soulbind onto the two of them. Jarax is dead. Thompson as well, beaten down by Illidan. He has no buyback on the Alchemist. Seb did manage to find the top racks as it is. But Open Gold should be able to get the trade as they're in themselves as a full team pushing forward. Jarax is looking for the wraparound. He has got the Blink and a level 1 Echo Slam, but it'll be very hard for him to close this gap, as that's going to be the bottom racks taken. It's the racks trade. A racks for a racks at the moment. Illidan diving in deep past the tier 3s. TP coming in from RTW. Jarax, he's looking for the down. He got it! Oh, Jarax! The patience paid off. A beautiful slam comes into play. As OG, they'll take the racks trade and they'll take almost a team wipe as well.
Oh my God.
I mean, you saw Jarax setting up there. It was always going to be hard for him to make the play, but the TP in from RTW at the same time that they pressure Obagoda out of the base, they didn't expect Jarax to be there at all.
They were all four on top of each other. That was only level 1 Echo too.
A great stuff from Jarax.
I was about to say how big that was for them too, that they killed the Alchemist with the Aegis. He comes back, dies immediately, back to back.
But then
Jarax comes in with a game saver potentially.
It really is. I mean, as you say, you see that as, yeah, sure, oh my God, they got a Rax. But then they just died as 4, and they also lost the Rax top to the split push from Seb. So the game stays at a pretty even momentum. It's only a 1k lead for OG. And, you know, as we always say, if you're running an Alchemist lineup, ideally, you want to be further ahead.
And you have quad Aghanims that you can be giving away.
It's true, Jarax will be found here, or say that, or maybe it's going to be Vela the one that's found, as Jarax has the Sun Control. Thompson's in with the damage. Glimmercape will not save the Tiny. The kill for OG, jump forward from Seb, the Fisher to clear out the trees and cancel the TP. OG pick up another.
They're getting momentum. The Jerax Earthshaker. Reminiscent of TI. Even though they're not getting megged or anything though, but
Big plays indeed, a very up and down game.
yeah, super back and forth. Just the Alchemist's farm is really what's making that happen. As Dota Plus never doubted. Did it doubt at all, actually? Did it doubt the Alchemist?
On the
It doubted for a moment. It doubted for a moment.
Middle tower is under
Gaben's an OG fan. He believes in the OG, believes in the OG Alchemist. I mean, we've seen in the past, historically, OG's had a lot of success with this hero.
Yep.
Thompson's giving a bit of a new turn and saying, look, we can still do it.
And even the split push too from Seb, right? If his heat map, if we had it, it'd probably be like bright red in that top lane because he did not move there for the majority of the game.
So what they're going to do, BKB's going to be committed by Illidan. He's looking for a chase down straight away onto Thompson. The Velas gets the toss back onto Seb. Seb still finds the raw onto G to make sure there's no life drain for now. Hancock comes out. With the Viper Strike down onto Illidan. He's going to be healed up by the life drain. He doesn't have the BKB now, so Illidan's got to be a little careful.
They just got Echo back up now. It was on cooldown when they were stacked there.
Let's see what we can find here, Jerax. Level 2 Echo this time. Saw what he did with level 1 Echo. You can only imagine what he's going to be able to make happen with the extra bit of damage. Oh my god, they've got to be careful. They've got to respect the Shaker. They can't group up.
Yeah. And also just that whole series of events too. It's right. They got killed right before the 25-minute mark. So looking at the bounty runes that were picked up, it was all OG getting it. So map control when you're playing with an Alchemist, even more important to get all those bounties and just continue that insane farm that he does. Has level 19. Nearly finished up with his items. Not the most insane farm. I mean, he's 3, 6, and 8. We've seen much more farmed Alchemists, but
Thompson, he gets the ult off before the Doom comes down. But the Soulbind will mean that the Chen dies immediately. And yeah, it doesn't matter that he had the ult off. He gets ripped to pieces. As OG
life drained to death. G.
Proving that they can still very much make these mistakes. Yeah, they can certainly come back to bite them. There's a full minute with 2 heroes off the map. We'll see how much Albergo can do with this. They're moving down middle lane. They're looking to take away that final tier 2 tower. Down bottom, Illidan. He's looking for the 1v1 here onto RDW. Vela's there with the control and the wraparound. That's going to be RDW dead as well. No buyback for him either.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
Back the other way. We go.
Yep, the back and forth action that we've come to expect from OG's recent performances. Suddenly they look like they're back on track. It looks like everything made sense at TI, but then bam, suddenly no. They fall apart. Oh, but God able to crush him.
And they've got now more items. I mean, G picked up a heart on Pugna. Oh god, do I see BZZ queued up a Midas on Doom, by the way. Just now.
Late game Midas. I mean, he sees it working out for Illidan. He's like, why not for himself?
At the 28-minute mark.
Is under attack.
It is a super back and forth game, right? That could be what
And
they're
did
thinking,
we
I don't think he should
did
get
we
that
comment
Midas.
on the Pugna build?
What, the heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, he's much tankier now. He doesn't have to worry about that like burst. But do they have defensive items? I don't know. Did they have any force staffs? They just have the glimmer, I believe. So they still have to watch out for the positioning.
Yeah, nothing to really break that life drain successfully. As we'll see the next player. I mean, Albert Gold, they do get those kills on OG, but they'll hang about for a bit, not pushing too hard as OG's back up on the map.
Valor has the 4 Spirit Vessel charges too finished up, so on top of his Blink, building a Force Staff for himself to be able to protect his teammates from that Shaker as well as that Beastmaster. But yeah, the Spirit Vessel is the big thing. If he can just get it on that Alk, Thompson definitely going to need a Lincoln's maybe into a BKB as the last 2 items. Lincoln's for sure though on the cores to block that Grimstroke or Doom. Just too threatening. Valor. Spotted out by that Wolf as well as G.
Let's see what they can find off the back of this smoke. So Illidan and G showing themselves mid. Got eyes on RTW. Decrepit by Seb's going to come over the roll from the side. Jarrett's goes for the 2-man Echo Slam. Fella's going to be in with the counterplay. The Avalanche combo, the Doom down onto Thompson. G falling low, but the self-Decrepify turns, goes for the life drain. It keeps him alive. As he sucks down one, he looks to take another. He'll get it. The concoction does come out. Then it's going to be the dead Pugna for 70 seconds. But overall, Albert Gold looking to easily take this fight with the Doom still going on Thompson. They find 4 kills. Seb has brought back for this. No tail being chased as well. This fight ain't over as Old But Gold continue to shove OG right back away from the Roche pit.
Yeah, and they get the Doom off. It's just every single time. They can just easily Doom this Alchemist. They have a free time. Doom has a Blink Dagger. And sure, he gets Chemical Rage off, but now there's a Spirit Vessel.
Yeah,
so he gets
that
Doom,
combo.
gets Spirit Vesseled, and he's just screwed
dead.
in the fight. He
He's
can't
out of the
actually do
fight.
anything. Even though they get I mean, it was okay Echo, right? On the 2 heroes, they get the Roar as well on the Pugna, but that Pugna took so much time to die because of the build. The Heart, the Plate Mail. This is not your squishy Pugna that you're used to seeing.
And I like the build here from Illidan. Straight for the Refresher Orb now. Double Eye of the Storm for the team fight.
Does he have it?
He's got the,
He does
pretty
have
much got the money. Did you spend it up?
Yeah, he's
bought
got it.
So the Refresher done on Razor.
I think it's both. It's, I mean, double
BKB. Double everything.
Double everything.
Double
is,
everything.
is fantastic in this game. His mana is not really there to be able to use
Yeah, what is it?
much
Oh
of
yeah,
anything.
what's the mana like?
He does not have mana to
He
even use
does?
double ult.
Oh,
But double BKB is, I think, the really important thing because he can just train into the back.
well no,
lines.
he's got mana for double ult. But that's it. The 775, right?
It's 875 on.
No, you're
kidding.
actually being the NA here. Come on, 775. You dummy.
But if he uses any other spell,
If he uses any other spell. Yes, indeed. He's a little out
even
of
one
mana.
pulse.
Yeah.
Or his Plasma Field, apologies. 20 seconds, still no Echo. OG.
Oh.
They're looking to take this fight outside, though.
Illidan's on the high ground. Fish is going to come out. They'll turn towards Vela. Vela gets the Avalanche out to RTW. Life Drain's going to keep him healed alive. BZZ on the side, controlling Jerax, making sure no sort of jump in's going to be there. Thompson tries to go for Illidan. Illidan has the BKB out. Spirit Vessel's down onto RTW. Illidan with the Eye of the Storm's out and ready to chase down Thompson. Thompson's cooking up the concoction. Is the BKB going to wear out in time for him to throw him out? It's not. Thompson will turn towards a different target. Throws it out towards the Pugna. Seb has the damage. He's ripping through this Pugna, but the Decrepify keeps G alive. They've lost RTW. Now the Pugna's still good and ready to fight. BZZ and Illidan chasing him for more. Illidan runs down a second. This double Eye of the Storm just making it impossible for OG to teamfight under. It's so much AoE damage coming out. Jerax is picked off as well by Vela. There's Old But Gold now with a 4K gold lead ahead of this Alchemist lineup.
And winning a team fight without Doom. They didn't have the Doom up during it. He actually just followed Jerax around and did not allow him to get anything off inside of the fight except for maybe a fissure. And Illidan's purchase already paid off.
It really did. The double Eye of the Storm. He had the mana to do something. He's got a decent amount of regen, obviously, with that Refresher Orb, plus 17 mana regen. So he builds it back up pretty quickly. Now he's ready to try and threaten the high ground. If the team's pushing in as 5, there's no Seb for 70 seconds. He bought back in the previous fight, so still on cooldown. It's Old But Gold. Start to take this tier 3 tower.
Thompson just can't even, he can't, like usually as an Alchemist, you send illusions to slow stuff down. Because of G's item build though, he can't. The Aghanims, you just you just pop those illusions immediately whenever he does use them. He is low on mana on the Pugna at the moment though.
Illidan's just going to stand his ground and start to hit into the back. They're going to jump forward here. They get the double Doom Soulbind combo out again onto the two of them. Both Thompson and ILTW held together in painful bonds as they are dead without buyback. Old But Gold are into the mid racks. This game looking to crumble for OG as Old But Gold pulling out the show-stopping moves.
They made the Grimstroke work. We have been seeing it not have the most success,
I mean,
but with the combo.
They have hit it so many times, this combo, at least 3 or 4 times this game, the Soulbind Doom. Jerax dies outside the base. He has got a buyback, and he does have the Echo Slam, but indeed GG is called. Old But Gold take the game and take the series against OG, 2-1.
They played the fights really well. They were responding to all of OG's active movements. It was a pretty back and forth game. It did seem like OG could win it because they got that like top racks pushed and everything that happened, but every single fight,
It's great stuff. And
they just got the Doom on the Alchemist. Or they just have this super tanky Pugna that tanks so many abilities.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're doing it with this sort of different approach to heroes. The Aghanims, Heart, Pugna, and then the Midas, Bots, Razor. This is a very Old But Gold way of approaching the game, and it worked out perfectly. OG, they bring out this Alchemist, which we saw in previous drafts. It was something that Old But Gold, they respected, they banded out, but it just wasn't enough in a game like this. They were able to run OG over Old But Gold. Some great team play, and despite Jerax's best attempts with a pretty impressive Echo Slam, just was not enough at the end of the day. Some great combos, the Doom Soulbinds being hit time and time again, making it impossible to play. And as we really did see at that point of the game, the Doom and the Spirit Vessel it made Thompson's fight presence just